Hashmi joins us now. Siraj, I'll let you tell us what you see the impact of this. Senator Perdue now in quarantine, days from the election happening, what the impact will be on the race.
Well, Senator Perdue testing negative, thankfully for COVID. Of course, he'd have to wait a few days to see if he ends up getting a positive test. Couldn't have come at a worse time. And in a time where Republicans desperately need to hold on to 2 seats, getting out and driving as much enthusiasm in Georgia to keep the Senate in Republican control and blocking President-elect Joe Biden's agenda and undoing Donald Trump's legacy is key. But if we're looking at McConnell's move this week with this poison pill he's putting into the $2,000 checks by tying it to election security and repeal of Section 230, I'm starting to wonder if Republicans are trying to lose the Senate, what would they be doing differently? Because if President Trump and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, as well as House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, all agree that $2,000 checks need to be done right away, then there's a good chance that establishment Republicans are just out of step with the American people.
We know that the president is planning on heading down there on the eve of the election. He just flew back, along with the First Lady, from Florida back to Washington, arrived at the White House a short time ago. No public events on the schedule today for them, and no word on why he came back a day earlier than was on the schedule. You wonder what his next move is, the president.
Well, President Trump is probably going to get to negotiating since these $2,000 checks aren't going to the American people and they're having to settle for $600 checks instead. I mean, it's kind of absurd that Mitch McConnell's play and also Nancy Pelosi's play earlier this month by making the delay of not accepting a $1.8 trillion stimulus package before the election to then make the game changer of Joe Biden winning the presidency sort of the tide turning for her. Those two are, those are really reprehensible moves. They're making political risks at the expense of the American people. And the American people are noticing this because we have nothing else to know this.
Well, there's obviously some disagreement within the Republican Party even on what you're suggesting. But as far as the blame game that is being thrown around right now, Nancy Pelosi says Republicans are dragging their feet. Republicans are saying what's on the table could have been done months ago. So that is where things stand. The Senate will be back in session tomorrow at noon. So we'll see what happens next. Thanks for your time tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sandra.
Well, when it comes to the Hunter Biden